Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to take a second today and talk about kind of a new issue that's going on here in trucking, and it's important, and people need to be aware of it and pay attention to it. So everybody knows with the recent downturn in freight, things are a little slower. Freight is paying a little less, and now I personally, and from what I gather, many of you are encountering slow payment from brokers. Slow payment, I would say anything over uh, 7 to 14 days past the payment due date. Some brokers, are on 21 days, 30 days terms. I don't really address it until 7 days after the due date because some of them are still on paper checks. It takes time for things to circulate through the mail and their accounting systems. 14 days, they get a phone call. And then after that, it's every day until I receive payment. So I have here my stack of late pay, my slow pays. These are only the ones that are 21 days or more past the invoice due date. There's probably a dozen more that are between 1 and 21 days past due. But these ones get special attention. And it's not what you would think, where, these small, unheard of brokerages are slow paying invoices. 70% of these are C.H. Robinson and Coyote, and I have followed up on all of them. Those ones I'm not worried, they will get paid. There's a few more smaller ones here, and then another major broker. But we have to watch out for this because slow pay comes before no pay. And don't let your receivables get too aged here. This stack here is about $60,000, and there's probably another 10 to 15 that are in that 1 to 21 day late window there. And if you have a factoring company, keep an eye on your factoring records there to see what you have past due. If you just let it slide and assume the factoring company is going to handle it, that is not necessarily true. And truth be told, if it gets too aged, you could end up owing that money back to the factoring company, depending on what kind of factoring you have, recourse, non-recourse, and then every factoring company kind of sets their own rules as far as on the recourse ones, how long that they give you before you have to pay them back. So you could find yourself in a real cash-strapped position here, and I don't want to see that happen to you. So it's part of running a business sometimes to make these collections phone calls, and you have to do it. Now, I do know for a fact, I have been able to verify a lot of, because I know different people that have brokerages, and they are slow paying because the shippers are slow paying them. Why is that happening? I don't know for a fact. So anything I would say there would be purely speculation, and I'm sure that not all of the brokers are slow paying because their shippers are slow paying them. I'm sure some of them are just mismanagement and what have you. So just want to be aware of this situation so that it doesn't get out of hand and some of this doesn't turn into no pay, and then you got a problem on your hands. So I have kind of a general rule. Once they go into this file, we're already considering filing against their bond. Like I said, some of these I know I'm going to get paid for. They're just kind of late. There's probably 2 of them in this stack that have till the end of the week. I give them till Friday, and I will be filing against their bond. Now, don't be hesitant to file against somebody's bond. You want to be one of the first ones to do it so that that bond does not become exhausted before you get your hands on a claim form. So all you have to do, call up their bond company. If you don't know who that is, go on the Safer website, and you can follow their insurance there and see who their bond company is. Give them a call, and what you want to say is, I would like to file a claim against one of your insured's bonds. How do I do that? And they will send you the paperwork. You'll fill it out, send documentation, and send it back to them. However they prefer, email, mail. If you mail it, chances are they're going to want originals. So photocopy everything, and you want a signature for delivery of that package to them. Now, you also want to follow up with these and make sure that you've done everything you're supposed to do. Maybe a bill of lading is missing a signature. Maybe you didn't turn things in the way you're supposed to. Maybe you sent it to the wrong email address. Just make sure that you did everything right that you were required to do before filing on somebody's bond. So that you have, you want to make sure you have the best leg to stand on that you possibly can so that you have every right to collect. I would expect more of this going forward, given the softening freight environment, and you want to definitely stay on top of it. With the declining freight rates, money is tight enough already. We already know parts and parts shortages are a problem. So you got to have that income, especially fuel is high. How long can you float all that fuel without the income coming in to pay for it? And if you're of the thought that, hey, why don't you factor this? Factoring will not save you from this. Okay, you can still end up not getting the money. Depending on if you have non-recourse factoring, sometimes the factoring company will eat that. Non-recourse factoring is more expensive, and not all non-recourse factoring is non-recourse. There can still be recourse in some non-recourse factoring. So if you factor, definitely make sure to read your contract and act accordingly. I wish you all out there the best. I hope you all get paid for the work you did, and everybody take care. Have a great day.